Greetings and welcome to yogadownload.com. My name is Lauren Peck, and I'm the founder and director of Lionhearted Kids, a nonprofit organization that promotes the healing of children experiencing trauma. If you would like to learn more about what we do, and if you're interested in helping a child heal, please visit our website at www.lionheartedkids.org. Today, we are focused on centering. We will come into some core, some standing, and a little bit of balancing as a way to embrace the centering process. Let's begin in a seated position with your legs crossed. If it's more comfortable for you to kneel, that's also fine. Get centered in your spine by drawing the base of your skull over the sacrum. Your palms rest gently onto your lap. You can keep the palms open if there's a need to energize, or if you're feeling like you're needing to ground, palms down will be good for that. Close your eyes and draw your attention to your natural breath for a moment. So not yet manipulating the breath, but just allowing there to be space for the natural breath entering and exiting the nostrils. And you might notice a warm feeling of the breath exiting and a cooler sensation as the breath comes into the nostrils. So good. As you stay with that centering breathing, relax the jaw and any areas in your body that might feel tense. So when we talk about centering, or when we experience centering, we're touching on the subject of grounding. And in your meditation, you'd like to get a sense of your sit bones connected to the ground. It's almost like there's a bearing down feeling through the tailbone, so that you're experiencing what centering feels like. And with your eyes closed, see if you can come up with a time in your life where you felt especially centered and grounded. And when you have that time, see if there's an image that is associated with that period of your life. And just take a couple moments, still staying with the natural breath. And when you have that image or that connection to that time in your life, bring your hands to your heart center. And even though I'm opening my eyes, see if you can keep your eyes closed, stay connected to your natural breath. And let's take 3 full rounds of breath together. Inhale, fill up the lungs through the nose. Take a gentle open mouth exhale. Very nice. 5 count inhale for 5. Breathe in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath for a moment. Exhale. Mouth closed this time and feel a slight constriction in the back of the throat. Okay, last breath cycle. Inhale. Fill up with breath, holding that image of what centering looks like and feels like. Notice any sensations around that experience. Slow exhale. Okay, palms to your lap, open your eyes. We're going to start out with some core to really enter into the body. So roll onto your back gently. Interlace all 10 fingers at the base of your head. On the in-breath, draw your thighs perpendicular to the floor. Take note of your feet for a moment. Get active through the toes. And keeping your head to the ground, take a deep breath in and feel the low back balloon to the ground. Good. And then let the exhale come out, staying in this position, flex the toes. With the low back, suction cup to the floor. Inhale, lift head, neck, and shoulders. Hold the breath, flex the toes again, curl the tailbone up, pull the belly down. Exhale, both elbows to left thigh, extend right leg and spread the toes. Reach through the inner thigh on the right side. Good, inhale draws you back to center. See if you can keep your shoulder blades up. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone, draw the belly down. Exhale, both elbows to left thigh, right thigh, extend left leg, reach through the toes. Inhale draws you back to center, doing your best to keep the shoulder blades lifted. Feel for the tremble in the belly. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone. Exhale, both elbows to left thigh, extend right leg, spread the toes. Inhale, full breath in, draws you back to center. Holding breath, pull belly down, curl tailbone up. Exhale, 2, right thigh, extend left leg. See if you can keep the right shoulder blade up. Here we go, back to center. Full cleansing breath in, hold the breath, curl tailbone, activate the feet. Exhale, elbows to left thigh, extend right leg, lift the left shoulder blade. One more time through, inhale, back to center, hold, breath, curl, tailbone. Exhale, elbows to right thigh, extend left leg, draw the right shoulder blade up. Inhale, back to center. Holding breath, curl the tailbone. This time, exhale straight up with the shoulders and the elbows, unplugging through the shoulder joints. Inhale, release your head to the ground. Good, and release your feet to the floor. Flip the palms up so the arms are alongside of your body. Moving into bridge. All right, so your feet are anchored hip width apart. Draw the tailbone up. Inhale, lift the hips. Good. And keep the low front ribs knitting inward. Nice. The hip bones pressing up. The top of the sacrum tilting down toward the floor a little bit. So you're getting some energy moving through the thighs. The shin bones also pressing forward. Relax your jaw, chin slightly away from chest, that's nice. Palms are up in this bridge position. Yeah, so you get a nice rotation through the shoulders. And let's take 2 more breaths. Inhale, 5 count, hold the breath at the top of your own count of 5. And exhale, get more articulation through the low back. So the lower spine, the tailbone is extending toward the backs of the knees. Last breath in, inhale, fill up your own count of 5. Moment at the top to pause with full lungs. On this exhale, let's release. Upper back, middle spine, articulating again through the vertebral bodies. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees open. You can bring one hand to your heart center, one hand to your belly. And breathe into the palms, into the chest, into the belly. Exhale, emptying the lungs, washing that cleansing breath through the core. Your hands to the outside of your thighs. Inhale, draw the knees back together. On your exhale, gently roll onto the left side of your body. Use the right hand to press yourself up so you're coming up in a anatomically appropriate or productive way. And then make yourself come into a tabletop position, stacking the joints, the wrists underneath the elbows and shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. And take a moment, feel length through the back of the neck, gazing between the thumbs. Good, one more deep breath in. 5 count exhale, make sure the breath matches in its length. Draw onto the forearms. Okay, measuring out for forearm plank. Take the palms to opposite bicep. Extend the palms directly out in front of the elbows. Relax head and neck. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through this. As you go into shoulder opening, warming up through the shoulder girdle, see if you can do your best to relax your neck, keeping the shoulders drawing back, getting a nice wrap with the shoulder blades. Chest muscles are turning on already. Inhale, breathe into the space between the shoulder blades. Exhale, lift the knees and walk the feet back for forearm plank. So the feet are actually going to come back, yeah. You're moving into dolphin here. So bring the feet all the way back to forearm plank, Leslie. Dropping the hips down, good. Nice. So relaxing the neck, relax, drop the head all the way down, good. Broaden through, very nice. And then the muscles in the chest are getting ignited, which is firing up some energy. We're going to use that energy and draw it into your centering space. Take a couple more breaths. And as you do that, reconnect with your image of that space, that time that felt grounding and centering to you. And dedicate this energy that's firing up in your shoulders to that experience of grounding and centering. Last full breath in. Exhale to embryo. Drop your knees Knees together, sweep the arms alongside of the knees, forehead to your mat. Relax for a moment. Observe the energy moving through the shoulders. See if you can direct the energy to areas in the body that you consider useful in the centering process and what makes you feel grounded. Okay, inhale, gently roll up out of embryo. Exhale, place the hands down for tabletop. Stacking the joints, relax head and neck. Inhale, broaden between the shoulder blades, preparing for downward facing dog. Curl the back toes under. Exhale, hips lift. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. We are staying with the energy that has been released and ignited in the shoulders. So continue to wrap the shoulder blades. What that means is basically you're flattening shoulder blades to the back, upper spine. Relax the neck a little bit more. You can even gently shake the head yes and no a couple times. With a soft bend in the knees, downward facing dog is going to allow you to lengthen up through the spine even more. Good. Let's take 2 breaths together. Inhale. Cleansing out breath. Feel the constriction in the back of the throat. Ujjayi breath. Inhale through the nose. Expanding the rib cage. Long exhale. Empty the lungs. Walk your feet to the top of your space. Feet come together. Big toes to touch. Hang out here in a forward fold for a moment. We'll go through the alignment in our forward folds. Sometimes it's popular to keep the legs locked out in forward bend. Uttanasana. Leslie has a really nice bend in the knees here, which allows her belly and chest to connect to her thighs. That keeps her low back really spacious and neutral. It's very nice. So any forward fold, you don't get a prize for keeping your legs locked out straight. You want to have a slight bend in the knee. Okay. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins. Find length in the neck. Exhale, forward fold once again. Uttanasana, belly, chest to thighs. Inhale, let's rise. Arms reach out alongside of you. Tadasana, mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Breathing in this position for a moment. Reconnecting with the image, the sensations that connect to that grounding experience for you. Inhale, Tadasana. Open your eyes. Exhale, forward fold. Belly, chest to thighs. Relax head and neck. Inhale, palms to shins, keeping the knees bent. Halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to high plank and pause. Okay, setting up for chaturanga. We're going to take this slowly to start. Knees down as a modification. So drop the knees less. Inhale, open the chest, gaze forward. Exhale, halfway to low plank. Inhale through upward facing dog. Very nice. Exhale, roll over toes, downward facing dog. Now just going over the fundamentals here. Let's do it again. Inhale forward to high plank. This time Leslie's going to do the full chaturanga. Exhale down. Pause here for a moment. See how her elbows or shoulders are not dipping below her elbows. Elbows tucked in. Very nice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, send the right leg to the sky. Hips square, active feet. Exhale, step to low lunge. Gently drop to the back knee for crescent moon. On the in-breath, you rise, torso and arms. Exhale your hands to your hips for a moment. So taking one hand to the low back, encourage the tailbone to tuck down, getting a nice stretch in the psoas on the left side. Breathe in to return the arms alongside of your ears. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back for high plank and see if you can follow that exhale through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pausing here for a moment, take a couple breaths. Bend the elbows a touch in upward facing dog. Yeah, so the energy, the prana can flow through your arms and your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, active through the toes, square through the hips. Exhale, gently step to low lunge. Take your time, keep the neck relaxed. Drop to the back knee. Inhale, rise to crescent moon. Exhale, hands to your hips for a moment. Check out the alignment through the pelvis. One hand to the tailbone. Gently draw it down and sink deeper into the hips. Inhale the arms up. Nice. Exhale, hands to the ground, step back. Follow the same exhale through high to low plank. Drag the shoulders back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And 3 breaths in downward facing dog. We'll move to the sun salutation A once again. The crescent moon series is a really nice way to open through the hips, which connects to our root chakra and second chakra. Chakra is responsible for centering and grounding. Take a full breath in. Long, open mouth exhale this time. Let some energy out. Walk, step, or float to the top of your space. Feet come together. Inhale, palms to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Relax head and neck. Inhale, rise, Tadasana, arms come out alongside of you. Exhale, hands to your heart center, completing that circle of energy. Inhale, draw the arms alongside and up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift with neck relaxed. Exhale, step back, high plank, Chaturanga, Dandasana. Drop to your knees or skip it if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog if you've taken it. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, moving through the same flow. Exhale, low lunge, 1 breath, 1 movement. Inhale, crescent moon, rise, feel the stretch over the psoas, tuck tailbone. Exhale, hands to the mat, high to low, plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Nice, inhale, upward facing dog with slight bend through the elbows. Roll over toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, lightly step. Drop the back knee, inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, hands return to the mat, stepping back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. 2 breaths, inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath in. Exhale, stay connected to your centering vision. Bend knees, gaze forward, float or step. Top of your space. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. This time, Utkatasana. Inhale as you rise. Bend the knees. Exhale, hands to your hips for a moment. Let's check this posture out a little bit. So exaggerate the tilt of the pelvis forward and notice what this does to your low back. So for most of us, it puts a lot of pressure there. Keeping the hands to your pelvis, tuck the tailbone. You'll feel Mula Bandha activate, your pelvic floor lift. Okay, center for grounding, center for centering. Inhale the arms at Utkatasana. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper into the hips, keeping the tuck in the tailbone. Nice last inhale. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Moving into another flow. Inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins. Exhale, journey through high to low plank, knowing you can always move right to downward facing dog. Inhale, upward facing, Urdhva. Exhale, roll over toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, send the right leg back and up. Exhale, low lunge gracefully. Ground the back foot in preparation for warrior 2. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to hips again. The fundamentals of the posture. Front heel lines up with the arch of the back foot. Inhale, take the arms open. Sink a little bit deeper into your hips. Very nice. So spine stays long, just like Leslie has the base of her skull lined up with the sacrum. So nice long spine. Good. Full breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Couple variations. So Leslie has a supported extended side angle. You can reach either to 12 o'clock position or extend arm over your ear. More advanced, hand to the floor if you'd like. Or I should say, just different range of motion. Inhale up to star. 5-pointed star, arms extend. Notice the feet here transitioning, exhale to horse, heels in, toes out. Bring the hands to your heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, hands back to heart center, circle of energy. Inhale, star pose. Keep the feet active, toes lifted. Exhale, warrior two to the front of the mats. Inhale, reverse warrior. Take a moment, okay? Breathe a couple deep breath cycles. Anytime in any posture, you don't have to hold the neck up. We hold a lot of tension in the neck and shoulders, so you can take a neck release here. We're bringing left ear to shoulder. Feel this crease in the front thigh, this long stretch. Breathe into the right lung. Exhale to your mat. Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, left side, leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge, keep head and neck relaxed. Ground the back foot, full breath into warrior two. Exhale, arrive into the pose by deepening in the hips. Good, take a tuck through the tailbone so the pelvis is neutral, and what that does, it gives you more space up through the spine, more space to lift the ribcage up a little bit more. Good, full breath in, relax shoulders. Exhale, extended side angle. Keeping the tuck in the tailbone, press back to the outer edge of the foot. Inhale, follow up to star, 5-pointed star. Exhale, pull down to horse. Draw hands to heart center. Keep the hips low. Inhale, circulate the arms up. Hips stay low with the knees bent. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Nice. Now inhale up to star, straight legs. Exhale, warrior two to the front of your space. Inhale, reverse warrior. Take a moment and breathe. Again, you can drop right ear to shoulder, get a neck release here. Tuck the tailbone. Activate that Mula Bandha lift. Breathe in. Exhale, high to low plank. Chaturanga. Knees drop as a modification. Drag the shoulders down your back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over, toes, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Cleansing exhale. Bend your knees, gaze forward, float step, top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift, remembering the long spine with the knees slightly bent. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, flowing now. One breath, one move, and extend through the arms. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank. Even tuck the tailbone as you come down in Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, send the right leg to the sky. Keep the toes active. Exhale, low lunge. Ground the back foot. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Extend the arm over the ear or straight up. Inhale, star, rise, straight legs, arms overhead. Exhale, pull down to horse, hands to heart center. Keep the hips low. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And draw energy from the heaven realm down into the heart center. Inhale, star, straight legs, straight arms. Exhale, warrior two to the front of the mat. Inhale, reverse warrior. Feel the length on the right side. Exhale, high to low plank. Empty your lungs. Cleansing breath out. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, send the left leg up and back. Exhale, relax the neck as you step forward. Ground the back foot. Inhale, rise, warrior two, tuck tailbone. Exhale, extended side angle, press to the back leg. Inhale, up to star, working with the legs and the feet for grounding. Exhale, down into horse, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up, gathering energy from the universe. Exhale, draw back into the heart center. Good. Inhale, star, straight legs, straight arms. Exhale, warrior two to the front of the space. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, follow through, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips high, downward facing dog. Okay, circulate 3 breaths. Downward facing dog is your neutralizing pose for the spine. It's a place where you're reminded of your intention Today's intention about connecting to some place in our body that represents groundedness and centeredness. So notice how I said body. You don't want to hold this conception in your mind of being grounded. See if you can experience it. And we do that through opening the hips, which we've done through our flow. Now moving into some balancing postures. Empty your lungs. Bend your knees, gaze forward, float your step, top of your space. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, settle into the hips a little bit. Notice the alignment of the pelvis, nice adjustments. Breathe in through the long spine. Eagle, right side, exhale, right arm under. Sit further down to the hips. Inhale, right leg up and over. 3 long breaths in eagle. Couple variations. Leslie's in the full expression. If you want to take a modification, I'll do this here. So if the toes don't wrap behind the calf, that's completely fine. You might be here today crossing the feet or bending the knee and having a little bit of support through the toes. If the arms won't wrap like Leslie's, palms to shoulders is fine. Okay, another breath in. Sink a little bit lower in the exhale. Single leg Tadasana. Inhale, unwrap the arms alongside the ears. Keep the knee bent. If you want more of a challenge today, tuck tailbone, extend the leg out. Cool. Full breath in. Dancers on the exhalation. Take your time. Centering is about transition. 3 long breaths in dancers. Reach to extend. Exhale to kick. So whenever we feel ourselves wobbling in and out of a pose, it's part of the centering path. We have this misconception that we always need to be centered. Life doesn't always look like this. Okay, that's beautiful. Release, feet together. Exhale, drawing hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Reconnect to the image. What you're doing is you're creating a new pattern in your nervous system. Image connected to sensation, connected to that feeling, that experience of groundedness and centering. Inhale, Utkatasana, arms up, eyes open. Exhale into the left side, left arm under. Dropping down a little bit further in the hips, invite the left thigh up and over right. And once again, here's modifying. Palms to shoulders, crossing the feet, getting that extra support with the toes. And recognizing that moving in and out of regulation or centering is really life's path. Release, inhale, arms high, single leg Tadasana. Taking a moment, filling with breath, holding the breath, extend leg or keep the knee bent. Exhale, dancers. Sweep back. Receive the inside of the left foot. Reach on the in-breath. Exhale, kick gently, slowly. Let yourself unfold. Relax the jaw. Soften the eyes. Okay, final breath cycle. Invite a little bit more depth into the posture, and that could be simply being conscious of your breath. Release. Feet together, hands to heart center. Samasthiti, close the eyes, reconnect. Training the mind to come back over and over again. That is the practice. Inhale, arms up, Tadasana. Eyes open. Exhale, forward fold, belly, chest to thighs, relax head and neck. Keeping the knees bent, inhale, halfway lift, palms to shins. Exhale, plant the hands. This time, step back to downward facing dog, hips lift. Inhale, lift the right leg up, spread toes. Exhale, half pigeon, knee to right wrist, ankle to opposite wrist. Take the hands to either side of your hips or up further. Inhale, telescope through the rib cage, getting the rib cage away from the hips. Exhale, walk the hands out in front of you if you have the range of motion today. Otherwise, staying in this position is completely fine. Recognize that our body's changing from day to day. Our postures will do the same. Circulate the breath. So if there's any energy being released in the right hip, that's a really good sign. creating space for that centering, grounded energy. Just be aware if you're holding or compensating in the shoulders a little bit. Let them relax, keep them open. Just be conscious if there's any burden happening, any transfer of energy that the shoulders need to burden, and they really don't need to. Okay. Inhale, walk yourself back up to a seated, upright position through the spine. Exhale into knee pile. Take the back leg, sweep it forward and over the front. This is also a cow face variation, and everyone's range of motion is different. So today you might look like this, and the knee might be way up because you're working on opening your hip, working on that grounding energy. If you have the range of motion, you're working towards stacking the knees and looking at your heels for a moment. Make sure they're equidistant from your hips. Line up the fingertips behind you. Spider web, spider tip the fingers. Inhale, fill up. Hold the breath. Open mouth, exhale as you hinge forward. Chin to chest. Full breath in. Exhale, let the chest surrender down into the thigh, touch more. Inhale, release. Upright through the spine. Exhale, firmly plant the hands. And let's turn a little bit to the side here for reverse tabletop. The hands line up directly underneath the shoulders, fingertips face the hips, tuck tailbone, feet hip width apart, plugging into the mound of the big toe mound. Inhale, rise up through the hips, keep the pelvis neutral. Relax head and neck back. I'm doing more of a modified version. So I actually have a little bit of a neck injury. I'm going to protect it by keeping it centered. I'm still getting a really nice stretch over the shoulders. You can rock forward and back a couple times if you'd like. Paying attention to your breath. On your next exhale, lower your hips. And then move on to all fours. However creatively you can get there. Use the exhale to lift your hips to downward facing dog. Broaden through the shoulders, relax your neck. Inhale, left leg lifts. Spread toes. Exhale, half pigeon. Knee to wrist, ankle to wrist. Spider tip the fingers, spider web the fingers. Inhale. Exhale, sleeping pigeon, leaning forward through a long spine. And staying broad through the collarbone, being conscious of any energy shifting unnecessarily burden-wise to the shoulders. Let yourself move toward the intensity in your hip, knowing that you're creating space for more centering and groundedness in your life. And I just want to say that being centered is something that we all strive for, and it's completely impossible to be centered 100% of the time. So even though we strive for that, it's more about striving for recognizing when we have come out of center, drawing ourselves back compassionately, and we just do that over and over again, which is a part of the growth process. Okay, inhale, come up. Exhale, sweep the back leg over the front. And then again, you've got your own body's range of motion to work with, isolating the stretch around the right side, right hip. Piling up the knees if you can and do a cow face variation. Come to the tips of the fingers, inhale, telescope through the ribs. Lift the rib cage. Hold the breath. Open mouth, exhale as you fold forward. Chin to chest. One more full breath in. Surrender your chest closer to the thigh, staying broad through the collarbone, neutral through your neck. Inhale, come up. Exhale, unwrap the legs. Seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Walk the sits bones back, feeling the flesh move out from underneath them. Bend up your knees and take the backs of your knees with your hands. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, lift the rib cage. Exhale, hinge forward. All right, so go ahead and collapse in your upper back less. So that means the hamstrings are a little tight for you. If you're collapsed in the back, bend the knees a little bit more so you can get tall and lean forward. It's going to help open the backs of the legs authentically. So straighten through the spine less. If If you can keep the spine straight without collapsing through the upper back and the lower back, reach for the feet. Full breath in. Hinge a little bit more forward on the out breath. Okay, inhale, release. Come up to a seated position, into a spinal twist. You can let's take the right leg over left, and the left leg can stay extended. If it feels better, you can fold it under. Right palm roots behind you, the tailbone. Inhale, extend the left arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, twist the outer arm to the thigh. If that's too much, you can wrap the arm around your knee, hug the knee in, and let your chin float over your heart. So move the chin back over the chest. Yeah, so we want to focus on twisting through the torso, twisting through thoracic. Let the cervical spine be neutral. One more breath in, root down through the backhand, get a little length. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Detoxifying with these twists. Change, release. Extend both legs out, give them a little bit of a wiggle. And then either fold the right leg under and in. I'm going to keep mine extended. Root the left hand behind you. Inhale, right arm up for length. Exhale, upper arm to the outside of the thigh or wrapping the knee. So each in-breath, you're taking the base of the rib cage further away from the pelvis and using that length all the way up. Exhale, twist. Chin lines up with heart. Not trying to wring anyone's neck here. One more breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, ring and twist. Release. Now scoot your bum to the center of your space. Inhale, the arms extend out in front of you. Slowly roll all the way down, tucking the tailbone, rolling through the vertebra to final Savasana. Take a moment to settle into a spacious position. You can take the feet a little bit wider if you want. Whatever feels comfortable. Relax the jaw. Let the eyes become heavy into their sockets. Relax the spaces between the toes, the skin underneath your fingernails. Thank you for joining us in this centering practice today. Please visit us at our website, Lionhearted Kids, www.lionheartedkids.org, for more information on how we help children heal. Namaste.